Hi Deirdre here. I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on how to use Data Studio, real introduction tutorial. So I've logged into Data Studio, the demo account, and we're going to begin by connecting a data source. So I'm going to click on the create sign up here. So click on create and then I'm going to choose data source. Now you can add in many different data sources. You can add in your Google Analytics or Google Ads. And then if you scroll, these are all the Google ones. If you scroll down even further, you can find the Facebook and LinkedIn and all of those other ones that are further down. Facebook ads, etc. That are all further down, which is really useful. Okay, but for the moment, we're just going to use the Google Merchandise Store because that data is easily accessible to you. So I'm going to click on Google Analytics, and now I need to choose the particular account in there. Now I have the Google Merchandise Store, and I also have the Net Affinity demo account. So I'm going to choose the demo account. And then I'm going to choose Universal Analytics, and then I'm going to choose Master View. And then I'm going to click on connect. So this is just giving you then a preview of all the different data types that will be available to you in Data Studio, which is great. But at the moment, it's called Master View, which isn't really very intuitive. So I'm just going to call it, I'm going to click in here and I'm going to say Google Analytics Merchandise Demo. So that's data. So I now know what the data is, and that's grand. So then I'm going to go back into the main area. So click on the little logo over here. And you can see if I am in the data sources, there's your reports where we logged in first. And if you now click on data sources, you can see that our data source is attached. I'm going to start now by creating a blank report. So I'm going to click on the blank report. And I'm going to, this is the Google merchandise demo data. Yep, that's the data we're going to add. So click on add to report, and that's already in. Now we can add in other data sources. So let's just take a look at that. So let's click on add data. And if we click on my data sources, and these are all the possible ones, these are the ones we saw before. And you can search for things like Facebook. And you'll see then what's coming back. Facebook ads data, etc. And you can see what's coming back. But another way to do it is to click on My Data Sources, and this will allow us, just for this demonstration, and actually just while you're practicing, to take a look at other areas of data that we could connect in with. And we would like to see the Google Search Console, and that will be all the stuff that we'll be using for search engine optimization. So I'm going to click on that and then click on Add. And then add to report. So when we set up this report initially, this is how it was set up. So let's take a look at making some changes. So if you click on the particular data table that's set up already, over here on the right hand side, you can see the different dimensions that are being used. So at the moment, it says page title. But maybe we don't want page title. Maybe what we prefer is, for example, source medium. So in here we can add a dimension and just search for it. Source, and then find source medium. Okay, and I'm going to lose page title. We don't actually want page title there at all. So we have source medium set up. And maybe we don't really like the way that it's looking at the moment, and we can sort of change the size of things and stretch it out over here. And actually, do you know what? It'd be quite nice to have a little chart coming up. So over here, while we still have this one selected, we're going to click Style. And this is column 1. If you had 2 columns of data, the first row of columns would be the actual data. So we're going to scroll down then. And we're going to find, where is it now? Column 1, column number 1. At the moment, it's a number. Well, actually, maybe we prefer it was a bar. And if we click over to that, it gives us this, and you can sort of visually see the information very quickly. But just in case anybody wants to see the number, we could actually tick number as well. And then we can see exactly what's coming up. So that's the first change that we've made. The next thing we'd like to do is to take a look at some of that Search Console information. So now we're just going to click on Add Chart and we're going to pick, and here we're just going to start off with some very simple ones. We've got a plain table, or you can actually automatically go in with one of those little bars in already. So I think we'll begin with that one there, and then we just click and drag where we want it to appear and let go. Now over here on the right hand side, we choose the data. So over here in the data source area, we're going to click on that and we're going to choose, these are the data sources that have been already added and these are the ones that are available. We're going to choose the Search Console data. So we're going to select that. And then even as you rummage in here, you can see the different bits and pieces that are available. So we're going to get rid of Google property and we're going to look in for queries. And we're just going to select queries. So maybe we could stretch this out a little bit and we might be able to see a little bit more. We don't need as much information for the numbers, and that gives that a little bit more information. Now, because this is the Google Merchandise Store, they have an awful lot of information, and so it looks a little bit strange. Yours will look a little bit different. So again, is it the click-through rate or is it the number of clicks that you want to look at? Would you like to see the numbers? And maybe you could include that. So it's very easy to decide on how to add extra information, and all you have to do is make sure you click on the item over here, and on this one here, this is how the data is structured, and then the style is how it looks. So you've got data, which is what the data that's being used to create the information, and then the style is how it all looks. We could add in extra tables. You've got the general principle here. You can also add in things like text. And so, for example, again, this, you can just use a regular text box. And in here, you might type in So I've just typed in CPC search queries keywords, and then that just makes it a lot easier to understand. And you can click and drag this and put it up here, and make sure it's all very easy to understand. Other things you can do is you can click on the background and look at different designs and all sorts of other things as well.